Hello, and thank you for checking out the channel. Steuben here. And no, I want to say real quick, my name is not Ben. My name is actually Steven. So please stop calling me Ben. Anyways, I wanted to break down the 2024 Worlds announcements in terms of points and the structure for a average player, the typical common person, the average Joe, the average Jane, and take away people's expectations a little bit, just because of the fact that you see all the quote pro unquote players out there saying, oh, just win 6 cups and win 6 challenges, it's easy, anybody can do it. Or they say get good, or there's this hive mentality in the Pokemon trading card game community recently, and it just feels like there's an elitist group always spewing bullcrap. And as a little guy, a 3,000 subscriber channel, and someone who works a full-time job while still making content and still attempting to play this game, some of these things aren't feasible, but I do want to break it down and see if we can do it together. First of all, we have to assume that some people watching this video might not know what the World Championships are, so let's talk about that. The Early Pokemon World Championships is the most prestigious Pokemon TCG tournament, culminating at the end of a long season of earning championship points. Now, there's also more than just the TCG going on at Worlds. This current Worlds is about to happen in Yokohama, Japan, and a lot of people the past year have really wanted to go and participate. The road to Worlds involves earning championship points. Players must compete in a year-long circuit earning championship points, also sometimes abbreviated as CP, towards their rating zone's requirement to obtain an invite to Worlds. Again, we'll direct this video towards US and Canada, aka North America, where Masters Division players need 600 points. To reference this current year needed 350 to get a Worlds invite. However, this time we're going to have the following: League Challenges, League Cups, Regional Championships and Special Events, and finally International Championships. The past season didn't have League Challenges and League Cups until the fourth quarter, so the point total is a little bit skewed in that regards. Typically though, in a full season like this in the past, we've had about 500 points be the threshold needed to obtain that invite. Of course, you can see all these other regions as well on the graph on the right. This information is directly from Pokemon.com. To start earning points, you need to play at local events. The first events towards your progress towards Worlds start with League Challenges and League Cups, and these are hosted often by local game stores. They are typically best of one. These are Swiss-style events, and the main difference between a League Challenge and League Cups outside of the prizing is that the League Cups add a top-cut playoff bracket to determine a clear winner. These both have a best finish limit of 6 compared to 8 in past seasons. And this is where some of this stuff really starts to boil down. We'll take a look at League Challenges first. If you win a League Challenge, you get 15 points. If you get second place, you get 12. Third and fourth get 10 points. Those are the only guaranteed points at a League Challenge, unless you hit the kicker of 21 players in your age division, giving 5th through 8 points. And as you can see, these scale on the graphs here. League Cups offer a lot more points in terms of prizing. First place is 50 compared to the 15, 40 for second, 32 for third and fourth. And again, if you get 21 players, top 8 will get points now with 25. Now, keep that in mind. Not everyone has large events where you can get top 8 points or you can get top 16 points at either League Cups or League Challenges. I did mention these have a best finish limit of 6. So your 6 best placements in a League Challenge and League Cup only apply towards your Worlds invite. So for example, say Timmy decides to go and play in 14 League Challenges and gets first at 2, second at 3 of them, and third or fourth at a couple more. Only the best ones count towards your Worlds invite. So your higher placements count towards your Worlds invite. Anything past those 6 does not count anymore. The next step towards Worlds are regional championships and special events. often abbreviated as SPE for short. These are typically held in convention centers in larger cities and sometimes take multiple days. Special events, however, are included in things such as game conventions or in places where typically regionals cannot happen. These share a combined best finish limit of 6. As you can see, the point payout is a lot higher for regional championships. In addition, getting first place at a regional does guarantee you your Worlds invite outside of however many championship points you may have. That is a new thing for this season, by the way. As you can see, this scales all the way down to the top 512 players if there are 1,024 players in the event for points. That is a relatively new thing. It used to just stop at 512 for that last kicker for top 256. Even though the point total has increased, overall, they are offering more opportunities and placements to earn points. The next step towards Worlds are international championships. There are 4 of these held every year in the main rating zones. These do not have a best finish limit. These events offer the most championship points for participating. If you look all the way down to the bottom, the kicker of 2046 awards the top 1024 50 points. That's as much as a League Cup win. In addition to these 4 tournaments, these are typically the most fun events to attend. Even as a spectator, there are so many things you can do outside of the main events for the games. There's typically a Pokemon Center pop-up shop. As you can see here, there's this exclusive merch they had at NAIC. And a lot of these things held quite good value and are selling pretty well in the secondary market. So it helps you break even if you are able to get them and you don't want to keep them, to help you bring the costs down towards your travel. And of course, we will talk about that shortly. Is getting to 600 points obtainable? In short, the answer is yes, but it is not for everyone. You need more than just 600 points to qualify. You need time off from work, school, home responsibilities. You need to be able to take the time to travel and apply yourself towards these events, not just regionals, but you have to make sure you can also take the time to go play in the local events as well to supplement those points that you need. You need to have money to spend. Tournaments alone typically have entry fees. League Cups and challenges range anywhere between $5 to $40 sometimes. Regional championships range anywhere between $60 to $80 sometimes. International championships are about $70 to $80 as well. And you also have to consider your accommodations and your travel, your food, other expenses that you might spend. This is not a cheap thing to do, especially seeing that you're going to potentially have to hit multiple regionals and many cups and challenges, and even potentially 2 international championships to obtain this invite. In addition to the time off, the money to spend, you need to have some sort of skill in the Pokemon trading card game, whether it be medical, deck building, play decisions. There are many various factors to improve yourself over time and increase your skill, but you definitely have to apply yourself with some sort of skill and determination to get these championship points. On top of those, you need a little bit of luck. You cannot decide what your opponents are playing. You cannot decide who your opponents are. You can't control your opening 7 cards of your hand. You can get donked. In addition, League Cups and League Challenges are best of 1. There is no room for error in a best of 1 tournament. If you have one bad game in a best of 1 tournament, that's the match. That's the whole round. It's over. It's done. That's a loss. You have to be able to pick yourself up and bounce off from that. But you do have to have some sort of luck. And 5, you need others. Now, this could be many things. In my opinion, others are a solid group of friends to support you or your family, and or a playtesting group to help you push your game to the next level. On the next little bit, I want to break down what a typical path to Worlds is going to look like. All right, so here we have our Victory Road spreadsheet. And of course, people are out there saying, if you need to look at how many placements you need to get, you've already lost, you can't get your invite. And this helps break it down at a realistic level for people to see. So disregard any statements like that. I want to give a massive shout out to Pat Wall over on Twitter. He's in my playtesting group Redacted, and he came up with this and said I could steal it for this. So I'm going to use this for the examples here. So we've imported all of the data on the right side here of all of the championship point payouts for placements and the kickers needed to increase those point payouts. And on the left over here, we have this graph here. We have our 6 league challenges, 6 league cups, 2 internationals, and I've left one blank intentionally. We'll talk about that. And 5 regionals, even though you can have 6. Now, again, I want to look at it from a realistic point of view. I personally live in Western Pennsylvania, and I play typically in Northeast Ohio as well because of how close it is. And we have quite the stacked scene here when it comes to traveling for cups and challenges. So I personally think I'm going to have a very hard time winning more than a couple of each cup and challenge. So we broke it down with league challenges. We have 2 first place finishes, 2 second place finishes, and 2 third or fourth place finishes. Okay. Then we have for cups, we have 1 win, 2 seconds, 2 top 4s, and a top 16. For internationals, we put 1 at 512, assuming you can get that pretty fairly well, depending on the size, of course, of the event. And even then, top 1024 is 50 points, so it's only 10 less. Looking at regionals, we have 1 top 64, 2 top 128s, and 2 top 256s. And that gives you a grand total of 538 points needed towards your 600 to get that invite. Now, however, again, these are just expectations of what I think I could do this season. And as you can see, I personally would fall short about 62 points. However, there is room to grow. If you are able to somehow, or if you can financially afford it, to go to a second internationals and another 512, or let's just say a 1024. A 1024 here lands you 50 points. That brings you up to 588, leaving you just 12 shy. And in that point, you can easily turn these other league challenges into a couple more second, third, or fourth places, and we can change another one of these into another first place. And again, we're getting closer. This is obtainable here. Any one of these placements down here, this top 16 becomes a top 4. You go to 32, and boom, 607 out of 600, you're done. Without that second internationals, if we take that out of the equation, we're at 557. So you still have to have a stronger finish. However, my theory is that if you make top 8 at a regional, or you do really good at an IC and you make top 128 instead of top 512, you are there. You need one solid, strong finish at a regional or an IC, and I believe any player can do this. So it is doable. You just have to put the time, the effort, and the energy into it. It is doable. It seems like it's a stretch, and again, you will potentially have to hit 5 or 6 regionals. Again, I left off a 6th regional here. You could replace this Internats with a regional if you can potentially hit another one. And let's just say you get another top 128. You got yourself another 40 points. You are 3 away, and you can easily clear that out by bumping up another placement at another league challenge. So consider that you can do this with ease as long as you are consistent and are able to dedicate the time. My final thought for this is don't stress. Going to Worlds should not be everyone's end goal. There are tons of other reasons to play the Pokemon TCG in a competitive environment. In addition, other TCGs have a middle ground in terms of rewarding players, and as a community, we need to work together to get TPCI to see that these things are needed in this game to bridge the gap between wanting to compete for Worlds and just wanting to compete in general. If we look at Bandai's card games, Dragon Ball, One Piece, Digimon, these all have awesome participation and local level prize cards. So One Piece recently had a store championship that awarded a alternate art Luffy promo. And at the time of our store running the event, it was selling for $150 on TCGplayer. We need things like that in the Pokemon TCG. Yes, we have prize packs. They're cool, but they're not that different compared to the regular cards. You have to get insanely lucky to hit a VMAX out of the giant card pull that's inside of it in the first place, and even then, it could be one that's only worth a couple dollars. You have to hit like that Umbreon or a Charizard to be able to make some sort of back end out of it. We need more than just these prize packs. We need exclusive promo cards for players that we can sell to the collectors to fund our traveling and trips, and or to give us other goals to chase as players and as a community together. I hope this video doesn't come off in the wrong way of where it's not doable for Worlds, because it is. And I want people who want to make this trek and this travel and this effort and this push, I want you to do it if that's what you want to do. And if you don't want to do it, then don't do it either. Find what makes you happy and take joy in all of the accomplishments that you can make, even at a local or a smaller scale. Every win is a win, regardless of how many points you get for it. And I hope this helps somebody out there and helps find you the encouragement that you need to continue to play the Pokemon trading card game in the way you want to play it. If you made it this far, please take a second to smash the like button, comment down below what you thought of this video, and of course, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, we just broke 3K subs, so I appreciate each and every one of your support. In addition, you can consider becoming a member to support the channel financially. As low as 99 cents a month, members get access to a secret hidden section in my Discord server and some extra giveaways. I'll be doing a giveaway in Discord for a massive ton of codes for Obsidian Flames for just hitting 3,000 subscribers. Much love, everybody. See you later.